something like that. It's like
it's definitely Kobe level.
It's like you know what you're gonna get when you go to a fast food place. Like you know what you're going there for. Like you're going there for a specific reason.
If you go
but
and
then
get a Frosty,
when you walk out with something that you know the worker inside actually like put some pride into and like you know actually made it like it was a homemade good. Just gives that extra spark. And that's kind of what a extra motivated Aaron Rodgers is like.
Yeah,
in my mind.
And they already rebuilt the defense. I mean, they probably should have traded for O.J. Howard. They still can. I think they are like another receiver away, but they also have a lot of young receiver talent that isn't fully developed yet. So I get them saying like, yo, why don't you develop the receivers we have, Aaron? Because they're actually good when you throw them the ball instead of playing favorites. So you got to factor that in too. And they got a tight end, Sternberger, last year, and another tight end this year out of Cincinnati. So they're trying.
D'Angelo Hall, he's now like a media personality, essentially said he would take his former Washington Redskins teammate Jordan Reed over Rob Gronkowski, statistically one of the greatest tight ends ever. So is that a touchdown or a turnover for Gronk as he returns with the Buccaneers?
I mean, I think this Gronk might low-key be washed.
I'm going to say this is a safety because
a safety? What?
Because in the board content world, like, I'm tired of motherfuckers talking about their old teammates. Like, nobody cares, bro. We know that's your
nice
boy.
Before he had that.
We know that's your boy.
Though.
I feel you. We know that's your boy, but still.
If you gave Tom Brady Jordan Reed, I think he put up great numbers too.
I don't disagree with that, but I also wouldn't.
I think he said that just to say it, just to start a fight. That's what I'm saying,
exactly, because we are in board content times, and so now we got people talking about their teammates, like the Tiki Barber story earlier. Like nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares what your opinion is on your former teammate who you broke bread with and played with and spent hella time with. Thank you for your professional opinion. I appreciate it, but I already know what you're going to say. So
it's kind of too late for that one.
It's a safety in my book.
That's not even... So it's a turnover then.
Yeah, it's kind of a turnover, but also it's what I'm saying is it's a turnover.
It's a turnover
but it's also,
for sure.
Yeah, it's a turnover for sure, but also like I don't know. It's a turnover with an extra emphasis on it.
It's an anti-touchdown.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's touchdown adjacent.
Something like that. All right, man. So with
Disgusting.
That, let's go ahead and wrap up the show a little bit early. Yay.
Time to go to Wendy's. Yay.
Oh, yeah. You might have just made some time for your Wendy's line. Congrats to you.
You want to go first?
Nah, you can go first.
All right. So it's been kind of tongue-in-cheek. It's been pretty light this episode. But I got to get to the shits. I didn't start this war. I was just born in it. Now, when it comes to the fact that those white supremacists, I don't even want to call them police officers because those aren't real cops. Those are terrorists wearing a police uniform. Because real cops don't do shit like that. But the problem is the cops defend each other because, I mean, they were the original slave catchers, and that animosity has always been there with the police. And not only are they kind of the original slave catchers, well, let's be honest, cops aren't the smartest people on the planet. It's already been proven that if you score too highly on some of those police exams, they push you away from being a cop and more into like internal affairs and things like that. It's already been proven that being a cop really ain't that dangerous because, well, you already have a gun and you can pretty much bullshit the psychological training. And the CIA has already proven that all levels of law enforcement have been infiltrated by white supremacist terrorist groups. Therefore, I can't really trust any of the police. Not like I ever did anyway. Not like my ancestors did. Guess they were kind of on to something. And you factor that this man gets murdered the way he did in broad daylight, and you honestly think Like, I'm just going to say this, like, the world really doesn't deserve the humility that black people give it. Like, real talk. Like, if black people all snapped during slavery and killed all the white people, can you really be mad at us? Like, could you really be like, you know what? Nah, they went too far. Like, could you really be mad at black people if we all collectively just snapped on all of you? You really couldn't. It's kind of justified. It's kind of long overdue. Like, that's a blood debt that's going to get settled one way or another. And for a lot of these white people, and even not some non-white people out here trying to claim, oh, back the badge, like, you know police brutality when you see it. You know that shit is wrong. Like, and I'm of the mindset, you don't sit up here and condone evil because you're too much of a coward to do anything about it. Like, okay, enough recording shit. Now, if you see cops fucking up somebody, you need to, like, get in on some action. Like, I'm sorry. Because guess what? One day it won't be the person that you don't have any emotional attachment to. It'll be you getting fucked up by the police, and you're going to want someone to help you. Imagine how scary of a feeling that is to know that some asshole, some racist monster is killing you in broad daylight, and everybody who's watching is recording on their phone. Their fucking phone. Like, I already told my mom and plenty of people, yo, if I see the cops hassling someone I care about, like, there's no more talking. There's no more, oh, I'm going to try to be an upright. No, I can't argue with somebody. I can't be peaceful with someone who wants to kill me. Like, those two things don't go together. And I'm personally tired of that cowardly ass excuse, oh, well, we can't fight all of them. I'm not saying you need to go around fighting the police, stupid. But I'm saying if a cop or someone just, auditioning as a cop, but really they're a race soldier out here fucking with people, and you don't have the spine to stand up, like, what's your purpose for existing? Last time I checked, fucking cockroaches protect their offspring. And you got people killing cops. You got cops killing little children and the family saying, oh, we forgive them. Fuck that. I don't forgive nothing. God forgives. I ain't forgiving shit. And honestly, if we both go to hell, I'll finish it there. But you're not going to do what these people are doing and think everyone's going to be cool with it. Like, that shit don't work. Like, I said on Twitter, like, cops need to realize y'all have families too. Like, we can find out where your kids go to school. We can find out everything about you too. Like, shit ain't sweet out here. At the Jesse Owens Park a couple weeks ago, you had some cops fucking with a black dude trying to drink some water. They trying to enforce that bullshit social distancing. And guess what? I work in Santa Monica. All these white people be all up in my face every fucking 2 seconds, being real belligerent, not wanting to wear a mask, all this other shit. That's why the West Side is so infected, but they don't tell you that. Go down the beach areas, and they lifted the ban in all the affluent white areas first, because that's where all the money is. But you see all these black businesses and all these businesses in the inner city that have been around for 50 some odd years, where everyday hardworking people have been supporting that business, but because they can shut everything down economically, now people out here hurting. And when you take away someone's ability to produce and make money for themselves, and then you take away their livelihood to defend themselves, and then you take away their life, what do you leave with? What do you leave them with? I don't know. Maybe the will to want to fucking murder you, and you deserve it. And everyone you care about probably might deserve it. Because you can't keep going around killing people, going to court, getting off, and then just living the rest of your fucking life like it's all good. That's just not flying no more. People are tired and done and over with that shit. And I saw in college, I was like, yo, I'm not with this. Like, y'all can protest all day. That's cool. I'm not protesting. I'm not going out there marching. I've covered protests. I've talked to people. I've done all that shit. Like, at this point, it's like, let me go ante up. I think every black person in America should go get a gun. Get one licensed, or whatever you got to do, whatever your state protocol is and shit. Start, loading up on ammo like all these white people are, and watch and see how they change the law in 2 seconds. I saw a video of a Latino cop beating the shit out of a Latino dude in his car. And I'm like, that dude, somebody need to go see him. Like, you don't get to just fuck people up in the community because you having a bad day. Like, there was videos of these cops out here with military grade gear on. And there's people on the other side of the street with a fucking water bottle. Kids walking around. Like, who are you fucking fighting? RoboCop? Like, this is a totalitarian police state that we walking around in. On top of the fact that it's a white supremacist society, because white people don't get punished for their crimes. Like, they got 75 cops outside this dude's house. Explain to me how that shit is justifiable. You could get 75 black people together, or 75 Latino people together without the cops being everywhere, heavily armed, ready to set some shit off. Like, it wouldn't work. And I'm proud of everybody out in the streets who are out there standing up to the police. And I want, like, that, what people got to understand is, and I'm going to wrap this up, don't worry, but clearly I'm passionate about this shit because I've been fucked up by the cops before. It's not fun at like 16 years old. So I get it. There's people out here who go to protests and rallies and all this shit that may be positive, looking to start violence. There are people who are called anarchists. I've seen them. They all go to these different events, face covered up, starting shit, just to start shit. Then you got agent provocateurs, law enforcement, going around creating anarchy, shit like that. Then you got people who are just there to be there. And then you got some people there who probably are there to loot. But guess what? When y'all talking shit about all these people saying, oh, why are they burning all their shit? Why should I respect the law when the law clearly doesn't respect me? So you know what? Fuck all this. I'm going to burn it all. It ain't even mine anyway. I can't have it. I can't have my life. I can't walk down the street and be left alone. I got to be hassled by cops everywhere I go. If you don't understand that oppressed people have a boiling point, then you're just not acting human. And on top of that, people steal shit every day. I've worked in retail. People steal every fucking day. Even if there's not a riot going on or looting going on, people will find ways to steal shit. I've seen people steal little candies out the liquor store. Like, don't sit up here and use that excuse, oh, they're only doing this because, no, people steal shit every day. So fuck that Target. They'll be fine. When, Black Wall Street was happening and whole towns of black people being murdered and slaughtered, I saw no outrage from white people or all the people who back the badge, Asian, Latino, wherever, even some black people. Like, I saw no outrage in Wilmington from this country. I saw no outrage, hell, from any era where you can think of black people getting killed and murdered. Saw no real outrage saying, oh, they shouldn't do that. But let Duke lose to some fucking random school in basketball on a Tuesday night, and oh shit, the whole town explodes and it's a riot. Like, miss me with that shit. So protect yourselves, citizens, whoever you are, at all costs. And no, police don't have the right to beat the shit out of you, pummel you, beat you to death, put their knees in your throat. Sometimes you got to stand up to a bully. And the only way you stand up to a bully sometimes is to get violent back. You got to speak a barbarian's language. But you shouldn't go around being a barbarian all day. But sometimes you got to get a motherfucker off you. That's all I'm saying. I'm done.
Good Lord, my arm is tired from holding the camera that whole time. Shit. But yeah, man, shout out to Kenny. He's always been passionate about this topic specifically. So since I've been rocking with him, what, like 5 years now?